YouTube, how the devil are you doing? It's Cool King checking in again. I hope that you are fine and dandy. So today, well, I'll be honest with you, I received this parcel quite some time ago and I have not opened it. But you know what it is from the title of the video. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy opened. So first off, we have the paperwork, the receipt and everything. When did I actually order these? 13th of January. Anyway, we'll take these three out. We don't have the red sort of cut up paper anymore. So we have the three boxes. They are the same as every year, same sort of embossed logo on here. We've got the same sort of slip on the top, and on the back we'll have a little bit of information, and then it'll tell us which knife it is that we're going to look at. I can't remember which one I looked at first, but this is the classic SD, so we'll start with that one, the smallest one. So when we open the box, we get the usual Alox Limited Edition 2025 certificate, and then that is the SD in all its glory. This year's colour is called Stone Red. So if you don't know the Alox SD sort of tool set, I shall explain. We have a 5-function pocket tool essentially. We've got the scissors, then we have a nail file that also has a 2.5mm screwdriver on the end of it. And of course we've got the blade, and one of the features is the keyring loop as well. And of course on the rear we have the year 2025, and in the UK this retails at £43, which it did the same last year as well. It was £43 last year. The SD Alox comes in at a whopping 16 grams, so obviously it's really light. It is of course a 58mm knife. It is 6mm thick across that plane there, and of course it is only 18mm wide, so really small. The next one we're going to look at is the Pioneer X. Again, we have the certificate underneath the knife, which I struggled to get out. Again, we have the little guarantee booklet and everything. So this is the Pioneer X 2025 in Stone Red. Of course, the Pioneer X has 9 functions. So we start off, of course, we've got a main blade there, and down at this end we have the reamer and punch. Of course, the Pioneer X has scissors, and then we have the can opener with a 3mm screwdriver, bottle opener with a 7mm screwdriver at the top, as well as the wire stripper, and of course again we've got the keyring there. And of course we've got the year on the back again. So last year in the UK, the annual Alox Limited Edition Pioneer X came in at £78, and this year it was £75, a little bit cheaper. The Pioneer X is a 93mm knife, and it comes in at 94 grams in weight. It is 24mm wide, and it is 15mm deep. So we know what this one is going to be without even reading that. Of course it is the Evoke. So in the box with the Evoke, of course we do get the certificate again, and this time we also get a slightly larger user guide booklet. And not only do we get the knife itself, but we get a nice paracord lanyard as well, which is good to see. It's nice and colour matched. You'd have thought it was quite a hard colour to match, but they seem to have done a good job. Now believe it or not, the Evoke boasts 5 functions. The first one being is the thumb stud being removable. The next is the lanyard hole. The next is the carry clip. Of course the blade and the lanyard itself is also classed as another function. And of course on the rear we have the year. So last year in the UK the Evoke cost £135, and this year again it's had a little bit of a price drop to £129. In comparison to the classic SD Alox and the Pioneer X, this is obviously a bigger, heavier knife. It comes in at 186 grams. It is 136mm in length, and it is 16mm deep. And the width across here is 40mm. So that is it. We've had a very quick look, a whistle-stop tour if you will, around the Alox limited edition series 2025. A few pounds cheaper, as I've said, this year. The full set was £247 in the UK, and they have sold out on the website. You might be able to find these in a couple of places that maybe purchased them as stock and might have them on the shelves, but don't quote me on that. The colour, stone red, is apparently inspired by the balance and resilience of nature. What do you think? Do you like the colour? It's a bit of a lobster pink to me. That's what I see when I see it. I don't necessarily mind it. I think it's alright. It's a collector's item. They're going to change the colours every year. Not every colour is going to suit every person, as we know. So I don't mind it. Probably wouldn't go out and specifically buy a knife in this colour. But because it's the limited edition one, obviously, then I would. The limited edition series has obviously been very controversial over the years, with the introduction of this specific knife being one of them, and the losing of the Cadet and the upgrade from the Pioneer to the Pioneer X. It's just been fraught with people getting upset about the sets. I'm not really bothered in one respect. I like the Pioneer X. I like the Evoke. It's a very big, expensive knife that I'll probably never use though. I would like to get one as a bit of a beta type knife and have a play about with it in the woods, see if it's any good or not. I wouldn't do that with one of these ones, of course. I have done a bit of a blog to go along with this video and this series, which will be linked in the description if you want to have a read of that. I'll leave you with one question. What colour would you like to see next year? I'm not suggesting that Victorinox is going to watch this and say, you know what, he's got a point there and we're going to do that colour. I don't have any sway with Victorinox, but just interested to see what colour you'd prefer to see for 2026. I shall link up here to the other unboxings of the limited edition Aloxes that I've done, just so you can peruse them at your leisure if you wish. Put any questions you've got down below. I shall get back to you as soon as I possibly can. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thanks for watching, take care, see you on the next one.